Hey, one more thing before you go. Some friendships are built on trust. Others, like the one between Emily Nelson and Stephanie Smothers, are built on intrigue, deception, and a martini, or three. Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick return in another simple favor, the highly anticipated sequel to 2018's A Simple Favor, bringing back the razor sharp dialogue, the jaw dropping fashion, and the deliciously twisted mystery that made the original film such a standout. What do you think, Diane?
I liked it. I had never seen the first one, and I saw them both.
I, I liked that as well. I think it was, yeah, I liked it too. Well, this time Emily's out of prison. Stephanie's more confident than ever, and their reunion takes them to the dazzling landscapes of Capri, Italy for a wedding that's anything but idyllic. A murder, tangled family secrets, and a mafia connection turn the stylish event into a whirlwind of deception and danger. So if you thought A Simple Favor was outrageous, prepare for even more jaw-dropping twist and elevated queer-coded chemistry in a fashion-forward spectacle that rivals its predecessor. Is Emily here for revenge or redemption or revenge? Has Stephanie truly outgrown her suburban innocence? And most importantly, who's playing who this time? I'm your host, Michael Hurst. I'm here with my lovely wife and co-host, Diane.
Hello.
Welcome to One More Thing Before You Go, Over the Teacup Sunday. Hey, Diane.
Hello, Michael.
How the heck are you? It's raining. It's
It's
literally
raining.
raining. We haven't had rain in, I don't know, feels like a year.
I know. It's so nice.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, it's also thundering and lightning, so hopefully we won't lose power and then we lose the show and then,
Yeah.
we have to go back and figure it out and where we were and the
That
momentum gets stopped dead in its tracks.
there
And
would be
since we're going
that.
to be talking about dead, get it? Dead in its tracks. Stop
I get
dead.
it. I get it. Yeah, there's a lot of death in this show, actually.
Well, it's interesting because I went back and rewatched Simple Favor. I'd watched it myself, and liked it so much that when the new one was coming up and they kept advertising it, I said, "Oh, you got to watch that. Then you really should watch A Simple Favor."
Right.
Normally, we watch a lot of these things together, and I I don't know why. In this particular case, I watched this one without you. I think I just ran out of stuff to watch, so I thought I'd check it out.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
I don't remember. I don't even recall the movie coming out. I knew nothing about it. So,
Well, one thing for sure, it was really good. It
yeah,
stars,
I liked it.
Blake Lively, Anna Kendrick, and there's a whole slew of people in it you'll recognize.
Hmm.
But it was intriguing. It was funny. It
Hmm.
was well, we like them both anyway.
Yeah.
And Anna Kendrick is pretty much ideal in just about everything she does.
Hmm.
From uh, what the hell, where she did the cups thing in Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect, right?
Pitch Perfect all the way through Elle. Was it Elf? What was she?
Nope.
That was
Noel.
Noelle.
Noel.
Thank you. Where
Hmm.
she was Santa's like elf, Santa's daughter,
Right.
head elf type person.
Right.
So yeah, it was kind of cool actually. But in this one, it's a different character, but
Hmm.
she's still brilliant in it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked her in it. I liked Blake Lively. I thought um, Blake Lively has more than one part. That's all I'm gonna say, and she did
Well,
great.
she has more than one part on the part two. In part one,
She did too.
she, huh?
She did too in part one.
Oh yeah, she did, didn't she?
Yeah.
Duh. I watched it
Hmm.
twice, two times. Count them, two times.
Two times. Yeah. So
Yes,
she does
yes.
great though. I thought she did a
She
really great job.
and she does it. She does even better, on this one, I think,
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
opinion. So,
I think
well,
so
let's
too.
tell everybody in this episode of Over the Teacup Sunday, Diane and I, we're going to delve into the deliciously twisted world of Another Simple Favor, the newly released sequel to the 2018 thriller, A Simple Favor. So, if you thought the first film was cocktail of mystery, dark humor, and high fashion, buckle up because this sequel takes the intrigue to a whole new level.
Hmm.
And I think that I think that we both just agreed upon. I think even though it was from 2018 to now, the fact that we
Hmm.
just recently watched that, it just seemed like it, kind of smoothly moved into number two.
Yeah, I think even if you hadn't seen it since 2018, I think you'd still enjoy part two. I think it did help though that we watched the first one, yesterday, and we just watched it this morning, the new one this morning. So I think I would suggest doing that, like binging both of them together. I think it
We
helps,
do
but
well.
I don't think you have to.
Well, if you're going to go back, if you haven't seen the first one, you can go back and watch it on Netflix. But it is leaving Netflix very soon, so you need to
Yeah,
watch it for free. You
and
can rent it like on Apple and things like that for $4. But if you can watch it for free on Netflix, watch it for free on Netflix.
if you haven't seen the first one, you do have to see the first one to
Yeah, to
understand the
understand the
second one.
second one, you have to see the first one. Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, let's tell a little bit everybody about
Hmm.
what this is. It stars Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, as we said. A Simple Favor introduces us to the unlikely friendship between Emily Nelson, a glamorous and enigmatic PR executive, and Stephanie Smothers, a true crime obsessed mommy vlogger. Now that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Two
Well,
time true crime obsessed mommy vlogger.
but she also cooks and does recipes and mommy tips and stuff like that. So it's more than just
Well, and that's how it
the crime.
starts. That's how
Yeah.
she started. She was doing a
Hmm.
baking show and in a mommy show where she had
Hmm.
a bunch of people that followed her for being a mom and a whole group of people like that. That's kind
Yeah.
of how it started. Then it evolves. So a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen the first one. Stop now, go watch the first one, and then come back and listen to our stuff or watch our stuff, because then it might spoil something for the next one. But she is the vlogger, and then because of the first one, she turned into a crime solver basically,
Hmm.
and kind of a detective. And the show took
And
another twist.
and then an author.
And an author, correct.
Hmm.
So when Emily's mysteriously vanishes, Stephanie unraveled a web of deception that led to shocking revelations, including Emily's secret identity and a murder plot that kept audiences on the edge of their seat. So that was everything in the first one.
Hmm.
Fast forward to Another Simple Favor, which has just come out, and Emily's back, but she's out of prison because she spent time in prison. That's why I told you there'd be spoilers. I said there'd be little spoilers. You have to stop and go back. So I'll tell
Hmm.
you once again, you might, if you haven't seen it, stop, go back and watch it, and then come back and listen to this one because of that. But they're still ready to stir up more chaos. This time she's inviting Stephanie to be her maid of honor at a lavish wedding in Capri, Italy.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful up there,
Beautiful. Yeah. I think that the scenery itself is a character, I think. Just like all these places that have been filming
Yeah.
in Italy, there's a lot of places have been filming in Italy, and it's always the scenery. Well, probably because we want to go to Italy so bad, but it's like a whole other character for me.
Oh, absolutely. Same thing here. I mean, and Caitlin
Hmm.
loved when our daughter went there for her. That was her
Eighth grade.
junior high school
No,
graduation before high school.
yeah, eighth grade trip.
Yeah. They went to Capri, and it was part of the trip. They went to Capri, and
Hmm.
she absolutely loved it. She brought me some great
Hmm.
pictures and everything.
Yeah, it's
Um,
beautiful.
but but of course, nothing is ever simple when Emily's involved. So a murder. Has there been a murder?
Has there been a
Yes,
murder?
yes, there has at the wedding.
Oh,
At the wedding,
aw,
there's a murder.
what's
Tangled family secrets and a mafia connection turn this sequel into a wild ride filled with unexpected twists.
Mhm.
So I guess in this particular case, we can. I've got my I've got my tea. Um, you could pour yourself a cup of tea. You got your tea or water. You can
got
get
water?
maybe a gin martini in favor or in honor of Emily and Anna Kendrick. And
Hmm.
yeah, it's going to be fun breaking this film down. I think that it's nice to be able to watch something right away and then we just go break it down immediately.
Yeah, it helps with our brains.
Well, I also think that personally, Uh, I think Blake Lively between the first movie and the second movie, and I think it
Hmm.
continued. In my opinion, it's like it didn't skip a beat. Their chemistry is really good. It's like
It
irresistible.
is.
It is fun.
They they play well off of each other.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really, honestly, in spite of the fact that the other one was 2018 and this one just got released,
Hmm.
it again they didn't skip a beat. They went right back
Mm-mm.
to the same chemistry, the same, the same thing. But I think
Hmm.
I give us kudos to both of them. I guess
Hmm.
we've
Yeah.
watched Anna Kendrick and more things that we've watched with Blake Lively,
Right.
but I think it's worth. I think the sequel's worth the follow up, and it. I think it leans into the Predator's signature blend of the mystery, the dark humor, the high
Hmm.
fashion, but it kind of cranks up the chaos with a little more twist, a little more intrigue, don't you think?
Yeah, I think the second one had I think the first one had more humor in it than the second one.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It was fine. I mean, there was some humor in it, but yeah, less humor in the second one, more intrigue, and then of course the scenery, and you know,
Well,
can't
I,
go wrong with
I
that.
I mean, I like the plot twist too because realistically, when you look at even
Hmm.
the first one, it has some really unique plot twist. But this in itself has some really unique plot twist.
Yeah.
And as an individual that I mean, you and I, we've talked about this on the show before, and we, because of our background in the criminal justice system, because of me being a cop for as long as I was, we make a habit of trying to solve things while we're sitting there watching these kind of
Hmm.
shows, and sometimes we can get it on the nose. Sometimes we figure it out before the detectives on the TV figure it out. Sometimes we don't until the end, and we go, "Oh yeah."
I've been doing a lot more figuring it out though lately.
Well, yeah, this one you kind of
I,
figured out, but it was closer to the
hmm.
end before you finally figured
No,
it out.
no, because I remember I told you I thought it in the middle
Oh yeah, yeah.
when somebody said something. I thought it, I just didn't say it out loud. And that's what I've been doing lately. I've been figuring things out and not saying it, but I swear I've been figuring them out.
That's because you think Michael read my mind, Jedi mind
Yeah.
trick. It's Star. Hey everybody, it is Star Wars Day,
Yeah. May the
so
fourth be with you. Yes.
may the fourth be with you.
Hmm.
That's it. But love, trust, and identity beneath the absurdity and the couture of the film examines the complexities of trust and identity, I think, in this particular one. Emily and Stephanie's relationship evolves beyond manipulation, showing a deeper emotional connection that defies
Hmm.
labels. I think what we see, yeah, and again, I can't emphasize enough. If you haven't seen the first one, you absolutely have to see the first one. We're going to give you
Yeah.
spoilers involved in that. So I know I keep emphasizing that, but it's important. In the beginning, what we see Anna Kendrick in the first one
Hmm.
desperately trying to be friends or to find her place with this stunning Blake Lively.
Hmm.
She's stunning in every way. She's
Hmm.
glamorous. She's fashion, top of the fashion mode. She's confident woman. She's, everything that Anna Kendrick I think really wants.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And she's lonely.
And she's lonely.
She's lonely. So,
So from that perspective, she kind of sees something like, oh, I really want to be this person's friend, and then she kind of starts moving into this, and that's where, hey, can you do me a favor?
hmm.
And a simple favor, and then
Yeah.
that's how it starts. And what you see is a lot of deception. You see a lot of hidden truths. You see a lot of manipulation. You see emotional connection that is manipulated a little bit, kind of a thing. But I
Hmm.
think coming into this one, what we see are characters that rival each other to a point.
Yeah. Well, I think Anna Kendra's character in this one is completely different. Like
Yeah.
she's just done a complete 180.
I
I
mean, she
liked her
still
in
holds some of
both.
her innocence, though.
Yeah, a little bit. There wasn't as
'Cause
much innocence in this one, but
yeah.
that's fine. It was fine if there wasn't. I like the confidence that the characters both have. Um,
Yes.
the confidence that Anna Kendrick's character builds.
A-
Um,
And she learned that from Blake Lively in the first one.
right, right. I think that it's really nice to see really confident female characters.
Yes. Yeah, yes. And again, she learned that from her in the first one, I think, which carrying that over to where she's at now, she's now becoming a successful woman, a
Hmm.
successful entrepreneur, a successful
Right.
author, which,
Hmm.
is what she was always wanting in the first place. And she wanted that
Right.
recognition. She wanted that opportunity. She wanted that confidence kind of
Hmm.
a situation. So, and the deception and hidden truth in this sequel
Hmm.
kind of thrives
Hmm.
on shocking revelations, including the
Yeah.
existence of. Now, here's a spoiler. Spoiler alert.
Mm, no, don't say it. Don't say it.
Well, we'll just say there's some shocking
There's some
revelations.
very shocking revelations. Yes.
Yes. And some secrets. And
Mm-hmm.
we find out some new players that come in, like
Mm-hmm.
Allison Janney, who, we love Allison Janney
I
and
love
everything
Allison
she's in.
Janney.
And
Mm-hmm.
she showed up in this one. So I thought that's pretty cool. And then
Yeah,
they replaced one character, though,
they did.
with the actor. The character's still there, but it's a different actor. The first
It's a
one,
different actor, and they they played it with, you look different. I had work done.
yeah,
It
I'd
was
worked on. They
pretty funny.
clevered it really
It
well.
was pretty
And I'll
because
be honest.
she's like I don't know, 2 to 4 inches shorter than the first actress.
Oh, I mean, everything is different.
Everything's different.
Her face is different. Everything's different.
So
Well,
yeah,
it's Gene Smart was in the first one,
yeah.
and
Elizabeth Perkins.
Elizabeth Perkins was in the second one. So you know
Yeah,
the difference between both of them. But
it was pretty
personally, I
funny.
think Elizabeth Perkins played it pretty
I
well.
I liked the way both of them played it. I thought it was fine, but Elizabeth Perkins, I think it was funnier. It was funnier.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it was yeah.
yeah,
So
I think it worked out
um,
pretty well.
a lot of people, a lot of characters. There's a couple. I can say there's one theme or one thing that kind of happened in the first one that I wasn't real sold on is how fast. I don't want to. How do I say this without giving anything away?
That's all right. I mean,
How
everybody's here for a review, so.
yeah, how fast Anna Kendrick's character moves into her new life, we'll just say.
Well,
Um,
theoretically, it
it
was
seemed
like
like it
3 or 4
was
years. There's a 3 or 4 year difference there.
no, no,
That's
no.
why
I mean
they.
no, no, no. I mean in the very first movie, how fast she moves into um, after the main thing happens, after the big thing happens in the
Right.
first movie. All of a sudden, she's just a totally different person. Like it didn't even take like maybe 2 weeks, and I just found that a little. I was
On the
like,
first one.
in the first one.
Okay. Well, I was okay with
Yeah,
that. I think that
yeah.
some people, sometimes they're just waiting for that opportunity and it pops up.
Yeah,
Some
I
people are
I
going,
thought it
hey,
was I thought it
so,
was really really fast to change like that. But and then the only thing I was a little bit, I guess it's also a change in Blake Lively's character in this one. It was like, wait, I okay,
well,
how
I think
come you're a completely different opposite person than what we knew about in the first movie and in some of the second movie, all of a sudden, oh wait, you're not that, you're this. I it was,
well,
you know,
I think that film plays with the idea that no one's ever who they seem. And
yeah,
Blake Lively did say a couple of different times that prison changed her.
true.
She did
This
say
is true.
that. She said, I'm a different
Yeah.
person. Prison changed me. And she'd
Yeah,
been in
that's true.
prison for like 4 or 5 years or something.
Yeah.
They showed that transition with the size of the kids now,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, but I think one main central theme in there is the power and the control. Emily's
Mm-hmm.
ability to navigate high stakes situations from prison to the mafia's wedding
Mm-hmm.
highlights the theme of power and control. She's always playing the game.
Yeah.
But this time she's not the only one pulling the strings. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what I think I like about the second one is that there are new players integrated into the plot, new players that are integrated into and some of the stuff you don't figure out until like right about the same time they're figuring it out.
Right. And um she's the major manipulator through the whole story, or is
And
she?
yeah.
Like,
Or is she? Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Which I like. I mean,
So,
I think it was
yeah,
nice. It kept the thing moving. The movie moved along very quickly, I
it
think.
did. Yeah.
It didn't stall in any places. I think it moved
Mm-mm.
very smoothly. The relationship, the film heavily leans into the romantic relationship and tensions between, Emily and Stephanie, making their dynamic feel more like a partnership than a rivalry.
Hmm.
You what you start to see is you see what Anna, at least in my opinion, you see what Anna Kendrick always wanted in the first place was to be best friends with Emily. She's
Hmm.
even on her show. She's going, well, my best friend Emily did this. My best friend Emily did that. My best friend Emily, blah 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 blah. It was always my best friend Emily, and others were going,
Hmm.
I think she's nuts. She's not really her best friend. But in
Hmm.
reality,
They
what you
actually
see
were.
in this, the dynamic is they actually were and
Right.
are, I guess.
Right. Yeah, because I think as the audience, we were even going, okay, wait, she's just obsessed and she's just
Right.
saying, oh, she's your best friend because she was lonely. I mean, even as the audience, we're like, come on, chick, like
But
get
you're
a
right.
get a grip.
You see the development of the characters. Revenge and
Hmm.
redemption are in here. Revenge and redemption are throughout, though.
Yeah.
We just want to say who is getting
Right.
revenge and who is getting redemption. So
Hmm.
in this part two, what we see is the same themes in the first one, revenge and redemption, but there's some new players in there that make it very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
interesting. So I like
And
I like the fact that the I like the new players that actually
oh
came
yeah.
in to it.
Hmm.
I think that they weren't thrown in recklessly.
Mm-mm.
I think they were a smooth integration into the whole plot and
Yeah.
a connection back to part one, to the original.
Yes. A lot of connections,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Smooth connections. So it wasn't
One
like all of a sudden you kind of go, because we've watched movies like that before, you kind of go, wait a minute, where did that come from?
right. And was
You
that
know?
necessary? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but no, all of everything was necessary. Everything was smooth. Everything, like you said,
Yeah.
when a lot of it went back to the first one. So it helped. It was very the
Yeah.
sequel was very tied to the first.
And I
So
love the fact that Stephanie's growth from a naive suburban mom to confident chaos agent
yeah.
is a great journey of self discovery, I think, which is a lesson to everyone that you can always, redefine your life or redefine what you're doing in life. That's a subtle type little thing within there,
Hmm.
but in reality, it should empower people that, especially women, to say,
Yeah.
hey, I have this opportunity myself. I mean, that's what one more thing before you go, that show, that part of the talk show, always tries to empower people and inspire
Hmm.
people, motivate people to say you have the ability to change your life and to do better, to do more positive things. And I think I appreciate it even from that perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. And I um I'm just going to talk about me for a minute, which I don't ever do. But you know, I've been empowered. I just on Thursday was my um 5 year soberversary, and yeah, so I can if I could just empower myself enough to lose weight. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But um,
One step at a time.
I
You
know.
achieve this, and it's like a fantastic achievement. Myself and the girls are absolutely 100, 300%, 400%. Do we have five? Do we have five? We have
I
500%. Proud of
yeah.
you.
And I think that as women, we need to see more of that. We need to see more of that in entertainment. So I think
Yeah.
that's what these two movies are so great about, showing strong, um, confident women, so
Yes.
that and you can make changes in your life. And
And do it
that's how
confidently.
I tie into it.
Yeah. And believe in
Yeah.
yourself.
Hmm.
Gonna put an eye drop in.
Okay.
Um, do you think that, I mean, and we talked a little bit about this while we were watching this. Do you think the sequel embraces kind of a campy, over the top little nature, but still delivers thought provoking themes wrapped in a stylish thriller? Kind of a thing. Do you?
I,
Because I know that some of it was a little campy.
I didn't really feel that. Not really. But I don't know, maybe maybe the slight campiness of it I didn't notice because I was looking at the beautiful scenery and
That could
wishing
be
I was
too.
there.
The themes in another simple favor build upon those in a simple favor, but with heightened stakes and a more extravagant setting, which we just talked about was
Hmm.
Capri.
Hmm.
I think that they compare by the deception and the hidden truth. The first film revolved around Emily's disappearance and the shocking revelation of her secret past, including her twin sister in a staged murder. The sequel takes deception even farther, introducing new characters
Yeah.
and I know I'm giving away this a little bit, but you'll see it right off the bat, and a mafia connection, making the twist even more outrageous.
Hmm. And
And I think
and many secrets, many more secrets
many,
that
many secrets, yeah.
didn't know existed.
I think that power and control in a simple favor. Emily was the ultimate manipulator, using charm and intimidation to control those around her. The sequel expands on this theme, showing Emily navigating even more dangerous territory, including prison and high society crime. Right.
Hmm.
So I think that doing um, between the first one and the second one, we still see trust and identity, where that kind of was explored a little bit. Stephanie's transforming from a naive mommy vlogger to amateur detective. She questioned her own identity along the way. The sequel deepens this by further complicating her relationship with Emily, blurring the lines between the friendship's obsession and the attraction. I think that it allows uh, a, a smooth growth. I said earlier, just
Yeah.
I don't think it
For
was out. I don't think it was out of.
I guess so. I mean, I at first I was feeling like it was too fast, but I guess if I think back on it, no, I still feel in the first one I feel like I can't think of her name all of a sudden. Not Emily, but Stephanie. Um,
Stephanie.
I still feel like Stephanie's transformation was way fast, but you know, but I think that the second one and Emily's transformation in the second one, that actually was smoother. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think so too. And kind of surprising when it showed up and when it showed up.
Hmm.
And I can't emphasize this just as we're wrapping up and everything, but I can't emphasize the fact that the first film was grounded in suburban Connecticut, kind of a thing, in upper polished, upper middle class
Hmm.
aesthetic. And then now we move into the luxurious Italian island of Capri.
Hmm.
And you see the opulence, you see the high society backdrop, you see, I mean, uh, anything that's shot in that arena, you can't help but go and appreciate. Like, wow, yes, thank you very much. Can we do that again?
Yes.
Where they shot the White Lotus in Italy,
Hmm.
when Tim and Mary, my sister and my brother-in-law, went to Italy.
Hmm.
They Part of where they went to is that little town, and I got to explore all of that area. They said it was absolutely just beautiful,
Yeah.
and they were inspired to visit it because of White Lotus. It's
Hmm.
kind of like same thing.
Yeah.
This
And
just gave me a
I think it's interesting. I think so much of entertainment, movies and series seem to be doing that. They're going to these
yeah
different locations, and hopefully that can continue. But you know what
yeah.
we heard
There's
today.
new revelations from what we heard today may put a stop to that. So everybody needs to raise some cane with that, because that's
Hmm.
read Variety, read the headlines in regard to tariff being put on movies being produced outside of the United States and what's happening with that. And that includes American production companies who are going to locations like Capri and or Thailand or anywhere outside the United States. Then the production company then gets taxed at 100% tariff, bringing it into back into the United States. And I think that that is just it's wrong. So you
Yep.
need to you appreciate movies, you love scenery, you love where they're shooting it, because you cannot duplicate those locations
Right.
in LA. You
And
just can't.
have it seem real enough. Like,
You just can't.
yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
on another note, fashion and visuals. Both films showcase stunning costume design. Another Simple Favor takes it to another level. First film introduced Emily's iconic menswear-inspired looks, while the sequel indulges in high-fashion spectacle using couture to emphasize characters and dynamic power plays. I think that overall, I think that I think the sequel embraced more an extravagant, over-the-top kind of style, like mimicking, for example, the White Lotus, for example, between the
Yeah.
locale, the mystery, the
Hmm.
intrigue, who done
Yeah.
it, what it was. And I'm
Hmm.
glad that they took a lesson from that because I think that it improved the aesthetic of this movie in the particular.
Yeah.
So I love the first one, and
Hmm.
I personally love the second one, the sequel to it.
Yeah, I did too. And there's one outfit that Blake Lively, one outfit in particular that I'm just, just, oh my God, I want it so bad. Well, but then there was a part of it that was like, okay, maybe not with that, but the outfit itself, maybe minus the hat, was
Oh yeah,
stunning.
yeah. I agree
Uh,
with you. The
to
outfit
die
itself
for.
was great. The hat
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
what the
Well,
hell? That's a
mm,
Met Gala hat.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
That's what that
Yeah.
is a Met
Ode to
Gala
Met
hat.
Gala that's
Yeah,
happening,
yeah.
what, tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, that's probably
So,
what they did that for. Just kind of a,
yeah.
I'm not going to the Met Gala, but here's my Met Gala.
Oh, she goes to the Met Gala every time, so
uh,
I'd be surprised if she's not.
well, that was just my thing, my joke about, I'm not going to the Met Gala, so this is my Met Gala moment. That
Okay,
way, she doesn't have to go if she don't want to because she already did it.
okay,
She already
maybe.
did it.
Hmm.
But overall, I think that yes, you need to see part one if you haven't, and if you
Hmm.
have seen it and you are wondering about part two is up on Netflix right now. Or no, was that Netflix or Prime? That was Prime.
It
It's
was
on
Prime.
Prime. It's on Prime right now. Part
Hmm.
two is on Prime.
Prime.
Sorry, Prime. Don't cancel my membership, please.
You're right. Um, and then I don't know, open for a part three?
I
Part
wholeheartedly believe that it leaves it wide open for
part
another
three.
sequel, part
I do
three,
too.
and I
And I'd be
wouldn't.
excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't shun it away. Some movies
Hmm.
work really well when you do two or three parts. You know, like The Godfather. You know, things like that. Now, of course, this is obviously a complete opposite spectrum of The Godfather, but you know, there are some movies that you kind of go, "Hey, that's a great part two. I'd like a part three." There's other
Hmm.
movies you kind of go, "Why did they do a part two? Because
Well,
that
because
one
I think that
sucked."
this, I don't know if it's, I'm not sure why they made them movies because, well, I probably because the first one was in 2018, so that was dumb, duh. But it could, the way it's written and the way it's acted, it actually feels like a series. So it actually could
Yeah,
have worked as a series had the timing been closer together, you know.
that's true. Very much so. Very much so. Part yeah, because they did that with yeah, the Christina Applegate movie Dead to Me. That one,
Well,
you
that
know,
was a
so
series.
like it was a series, sorry, not a movie,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
that series worked really well because it carried it almost felt when they came back with season two, it felt like part two,
Hmm.
kind of a deal. I think they could have done the same thing. I agree with you.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, overall, I say go watch it. Just
Go watch
watch
it.
it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it. Watch both.
And again, part one is on Netflix. It's going away soon. You can also rent it on several platforms, including Apple. If you have Apple Plus, you can rent it from there. Part two is only on Prime at the
Prime.
moment. You can watch it there.
Hmm.
So, anyway, any more? This is one more thing before you go. So, do we have any specialties going on today, other than Star Wars Day?
I didn't get a chance to look it up. So
Okay,
may the
then
fourth be with you.
may that fourth be with you.
May the fourth be with you.
May that- Sure,
What
I
what
won't.
what
I'm
could
not going to do my Yoda voice.
okay. What could overcome, what could be better than May the 4th, I guess. May the 4th be with you. I mean,
Exactly.
in a lot of people's eyes, nothing could be more than that.
Hey, we need the good versus evil at the moment. We need more of
Yeah.
good to show up. We yes, the
Yes,
force.
yes.
We need you now. The force more
We
than
need you
ever. We need
now.
the force
Yep.
more than ever. So anyway, Well, thank you very much for you guys joining us today, and thank you very much for being a part of One More Thing Before We Go community. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, and leave us a review. Thank you to those that have already done that. We appreciate it. We will be making some slight changes and some things over the next few weeks. You'll see some just a little bit of subtle changes in content and maybe some new artwork coming out pretty soon. So I'm excited about both, actually. New conversations, new experts, new personal journeys, new experiences, new ways to inspire, motivate, and educate.
Yes.
And have some great conversations along the way, worldwide. So,
Yes.
one more thing before you all go. Have a great day. Have a great week. And thank you for being here.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of One More Thing Before You Go. Check out our website at beforeyougopodcast.com. You can find us as well as subscribe to the program and rate us on your favorite podcast listening platform.